Think about the last time you wanted to speak English. Maybe you were standing in a busy coffee shop, or maybe you were at work. You wanted to say something simple. You already know many English words, and you know the grammar rules from school. But when a person looked at you and asked a simple question, your mind went completely blank. Your heart started beating fast, and you could not say a single word. If this has happened to you, I want you to know something very important. You are not slow, and you are not bad at languages. What is happening is very simple. You are trying to do too much work in your head. You are trying to translate words from your own language, fix the grammar, and check your pronunciation all in 1 second. That is too much work for your brain. The most confident English speakers do not build every sentence word by word. They use a secret shortcut. They use ready-made phrases. These are short groups of words that are already put together. Native speakers use these phrases all the time. When you learn these phrases as single units, you do not need to translate anymore. You can just open your mouth and speak. Welcome back to Daily English. I am your host. Today, we are going to learn 10 very important everyday phrases. These are the exact phrases you need to speak naturally and easily. We will learn what they mean, how to say them with a good rhythm, and how to use them in real life. By the end of this video, you'll feel much more comfortable speaking to anyone. Before we look at the first phrase, let us make a promise together. If you are ready to stop translating every word in your head, and if you want to start speaking naturally, take 1 second to support this channel. Subscribe to Daily English, like this video, and write a comment below that says, I am ready to speak naturally. Writing this comment helps your brain commit to learning. Now, let us look at phrase number 1. The first phrase you must know is, how's it going? Your school textbook probably taught you to say, how are you? But in real life, when people see you at work or at a cafe, they usually say, how's it going? When native speakers say this phrase, they do not say every word separately. They do not say, how is it going? That sounds like a robot. Instead, they mix the words together into one sound. How's it going? Notice how the G at the end of going disappears. It is very smooth. This phrase makes talking easy because the answer is very simple. When someone says, how's it going? You do not need to give a long story about your life. You can just use a short, ready-made answer. You can say, pretty good, not bad, or it's going well. Our second phrase is a wonderful way to connect with people you have not seen in a long time. Long time no see. If you look at this phrase closely with grammar rules, it actually does not make sense. There is no subject and no proper verb tense. If you try to translate it word by word into your own language, it will sound very strange. But in English, it is one of the most popular and friendly phrases you can use. Imagine you are walking through an airport and you suddenly see an old friend named Michael. You have not seen him for 3 years. Do not try to build a long, difficult sentence like, many years have passed since I last saw your face. That sounds too formal and strange. Instead, just smile and say, wow, Michael, long time no see. Michael will immediately understand your warm feeling and say, I know, it has been ages. This simple phrase breaks the ice instantly. Now, after you say hello, you need a way to keep the conversation going. That brings us to phrase number 3. What have you been up to? This phrase simply means, what have you been doing recently? It is the best way to ask for a quick update about someone's life. When a friend asks you, what have you been up to? They do not want to know every single thing you did every day. They just want to hear one simple thing. For example, imagine you are talking to a classmate named Mateo. He asks, so, what have you been up to lately? If you try to translate everything, you will get stuck. Instead, use a simple template answer. Honestly, I've just been very busy with a new project at work and trying to relax on weekends. What about you? This keeps the conversation moving easily, like a game of tennis. Your brain stays relaxed because the structure is already prepared. Let us move to a different place. Imagine you're traveling in a different country and you walk into a clothing store in New York. The shop assistant walks up to you, smiles, and asks, hi there, can I help you find something today? Many English learners feel scared in this moment. They think they must say something long, or they worry that saying nothing is impolite. The most natural and polite way to answer is phrase number 4. I'm just looking. When you say, "I'm just looking, thank you," the assistant knows exactly what you mean. They know you want to walk around and see the items by yourself without any pressure. Listen to how short and clean it is. "I'm just looking, thanks." You do not need to explain what you want to buy. You just use this small block of language. The assistant will usually say, "No problem, take your time," and you can walk around the store in peace. The fifth phrase will help you a lot in business meetings or when working with a team. The phrase is, "That makes sense." When you're learning English, it is easy to repeat the same words over and over. When you agree with an idea, you might always say, "Yes," or "I understand." But if you only say those words, you can sound a bit like a machine. For example, imagine you are in a meeting at work. Your team leader, Marcus, says, "I think we should delay our new project launch by 2 weeks because the team needs more time to fix the software errors." Instead of just sitting there silently or saying yes, you can say, "That makes sense, Marcus." It gives us a clean window to finish the work. This makes you sound very professional and confident, even though you only used a very simple phrase. Our sixth phrase is another excellent tool for listening to people. "I see what you mean." In a conversation, it is very important to show the other person that you are really listening to their thoughts. Phrase number 6 does exactly that. When you say, "I see what you mean," you're not saying that you agree with everything they think. You are simply saying, "I understand your point of view. I see your logic." Imagine you are discussing a plan with a coworker named Elena. She says, "I know video ads cost more money, but they bring in more customers than text ads." Instead of pausing to think of a difficult response, you can say, "I see what you mean, Elena. The cost is higher, but the results are better." By using "I see what you mean," you give your brain a few seconds to rest and think of the next point. At the same time, you make Elena feel respected and heard. This brings us to a very important point about speaking a new language. True fluency does not mean you know every answer to every question. True fluency means you can handle moments when you don't know the answer without feeling scared. The best phrase for this is phrase number 7. "I'm not sure." Good communicators know that it is completely fine not to know everything. If your manager asks you, "Do you know if the contract was signed this morning?" and you do not know, do not panic. Just say clearly and calmly, "I'm not sure, but I can check right now and let you know." This answer sounds very honest, professional, and clear. Saying "I'm not sure" with a calm voice sounds much more fluent than trying to guess and making a confusing sentence. But what if someone asks you to do something and you cannot give an answer immediately because you need to check your schedule or think about your choice? This is when you use phrase number 8. "Let me think about it." This phrase is like a shield that protects you from pressure. It buys you time. It gives your brain a moment to relax, so you do not have to make a choice immediately. Imagine a coworker named Liam comes to your desk and says, "Hey, we are running a charity race next Saturday morning. Do you want to join our team?" If you feel stressed, you might say an abrupt no, or a confusing, maybe, I don't know. Instead, buy yourself some comfortable space by saying, "Oh, that sounds fun, Liam. Let me think about it, and I will tell you tomorrow." This is polite, you keep total control of the conversation, and you remove all the stress from your brain. Now, let us look at our 9th phrase, which helps you give smart and flexible answers. It depends. When you start learning a language, your answers are usually very simple. Everything is either good or bad, yes or no. But in real life, answers change based on the situation. When you want to show this, start your sentence with, "It depends." For example, imagine a friend asks you, "Do you think working from home is better than working in an office?" Instead of making a long, difficult explanation from scratch, you can start simply by saying, "Honestly, I think it depends. For quiet work, working from home is great. But for team meetings, the office is better." Starting with "it depends" shows that you are thinking carefully about the question. It gives you an easy structure to compare two different things using very simple words. Our 10th phrase is the best way to make your conversations friendly and relaxed. No worries. In school, you probably learned that when someone says "thank you," you must say "you are welcome." And when someone says "I am sorry," you must say "it is okay." These words are correct, but they can sound very heavy and formal in daily life. In modern English, people everywhere use "no worries." It is a friendly way to say "you're welcome" or "don't worry about it." Imagine you are working on a project with a friend named Maya. She sends you a message saying, "I am so sorry, I sent you the wrong file this morning." Instead of writing a long formal message, you can just say, "No worries, Maya. I will just download the correct file now." This phrase immediately removes any tension and makes the conversation feel warm and easy. Now that we have looked at all 10 phrases, let us talk about the biggest mistake that language learners make: trying to translate everything word by word. If you take a phrase like, "I see what you mean," and translate each word separately into your native language, it will not make sense. Your brain will get confused. You must train your mind to look at these phrases as one single piece, like a solid brick. When you need to use it, you do not build the brick word by word, you just pick up the whole block and use it. Let us see how these 10 phrases work together in a real conversation. Imagine two friends, Sophia and Alex, meeting unexpectedly at a business event. Listen to how easy and natural their conversation sounds because they use these phrases. Sophia sees Alex and says, "Hey, Alex. Long time no see." Alex turns around and smiles. "Oh, wow, Sophia. Yes, it's been a while. How's it going?" Sophia answers smoothly, "Pretty good, thanks. I've been very busy with work. What have you been up to?" Alex says, "Honestly, I've been traveling a lot for a new project." Sophia nods. "That makes sense. It is a big project." Alex says, "Yes. By the way, we are having a small meeting about it tomorrow morning. Do you want to come?" Sophia pauses for a second to think and says, "Oh, let me think about it, Alex. I have a phone call at that time, but if my schedule changes, I would love to go." Alex waves his hand. "No worries at all, Sophia. I completely understand." Sophia asks, "Do you know if they will record the meeting?" Alex answers honestly, "I'm not sure, to be honest. It depends on the manager's choice." Sophia smiles. "I see what you mean. Well, it was great to see you, Alex." Alex says, "Great to see you too, Sophia. Take care." Look at that conversation. It was clear, professional, and very natural. And what was it made of? It was made almost entirely of the 10 simple phrases we learned today, joined together by short details. There were no difficult words or complex grammar traps. This is the secret to natural English. Now, it is your turn to practice. You cannot learn to speak just by listening to me. Your mouth needs to practice the physical movement of the words. I am going to say each phrase clearly, and I want you to repeat them out loud after me. Speak slowly and focus on making the words flow smoothly. Let us start. First, how's it going? Mix the words together. Say it again. How's it going? Second, long time no see. Say it warmly. Long time no see. Third, what have you been up to? Make it flow like one unit. What have you been up to? Fourth, I'm just looking. Say it politely and calmly. I'm just looking. Fifth, that makes sense. Let the sound land clearly. That makes sense. Sixth, I see what you mean. Say it like you are listening carefully. I see what you mean. Seventh, I'm not sure. Say it with a confident voice. I'm not sure. Eighth, let me think about it. Use it to buy yourself time. Let me think about it. Ninth, it depends. Say it clearly. It depends. And 10th, no worries. Say it in a relaxed way. No worries. Great job. If you want to, you can repeat this exercise a few times until the words feel completely natural in your mouth. Practicing like this is exactly how you build real confidence. Many people think that to speak fluent English, they must learn thousands of rare, advanced words and difficult grammar. That is not true. Real communication is simply about sharing your thoughts clearly and connecting with other people. Native speakers use these 10 phrases every day because they are the easiest and best tools to use. Do not wait for a perfect day when you know every rule in the grammar book before you allow yourself to speak. Perfection is a trap that keeps you silent. Fluency is built right now by using the simple phrases you know with courage. Before you finish this lesson today, let us do our final check-in. If this video helped you see how simple English speaking can be, please subscribe to Daily English. Share this lesson with a friend who wants to learn, and leave a final comment below with these words: I choose fluency over perfection. I read your comments, and seeing your progress is why I make these lessons. Take these 10 phrases and use them in your life today. Use them at work, use them with friends, and see how much easier speaking becomes. You have the phrases, and you know the strategy. Stop overthinking, start speaking, and I will see you in our next daily English lesson. Keep practicing and keep moving forward.